All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Down, 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, come on.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Waldron. It's complete to Drake. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think they're right.
Now Drake loses the football and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week, 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team. And a
touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
On first down, Drake. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At their 49-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sank him back right around the 44. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. From the gun, Waldron. It's complete. Stills. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 43.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on first down. Drake, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Let's go. 10 logo.
To throw on second down. Waldron. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Waldron. It's complete to Grant. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And his first carry, he loses the football. And picked up by the Chargers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. following the fumble recovery. Waldron. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On third down, Waldron going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range. You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes. What you call a rookie mistake. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On second and inches, Rivers. And caught by Henry. 22 yards there, a first down. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so.
There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 5. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
They're not ready for this.
From the gun, Waldron. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready? Block 15! You ain't going nowhere. Wait, 89!
A toss play. Gordon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second and 11 now. Rivers. And that'll be incomplete.
Rivers pass, thrown away and incomplete. Brings up third down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown on the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. 21-0 our score after one. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate. A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it. And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game. Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. 27 yards there, a first down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. Rivers on the money, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On second down, this is Jackson. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Check, 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 check.
Hey, go orange.
51.
Orange.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Hey, Brown 80.
Hit. Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Rivers now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Set. Brown 80.
You run.
3rd and goal for Rivers. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down, Dolphins.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Waldron. And that is is incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and that'll bring up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw on 3rd down, Waldron. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Benjamin. And he's out right at the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Rivers. He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. From the 27, Rivers. Buying time to his left. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They run on first down with Jackson. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, let's go. Come crouch. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Step Brown 80. Hey, Brown 80.
Hey, I'm coming.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Looking to throw. Waldron. And he fires one incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Waldron completes it to the fullback Ham. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Zachary 90. Brown 80.
Use the mic. Here we go. Check 26. Kill.
Cluster.
Now Gordon on first down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 more on that one and another first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. Second and goal from the 1.
All day, every day, any day. Joker, 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 joker.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
34. Dolphins, nothing. Mike Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Waldron. And here he's got Grant. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. Past the 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
At the 14-yard line.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 7.
180.
51. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Michael Badgley on for the field.
Badgley's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Got it.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Waldron. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations...
There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon, 67 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Man left, alert.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Balaj. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. They run it with Balaj. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Double dog, that's the way.
Now Balaj. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Dolphin first down.
Come on,
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. Off play action. Waldron. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there